This is Delta 316. We have a math problem on the loop. We have a math problem.
Another important chapter in mathematics is exponents. Here you have an expression. In this expression, a is the base and n is the exponent. A to the power of n is equal to a multiplied by a multiplied by a, and this will repeat n times as long as n is a natural number. So if you have a to the power of 0, then this answer is simply 1. Note that a is not equal to 0, and 0 to the power of 0 is undefined. This is a law that you have to know. Now, if you have a to the power of negative n, this can be expressed as exponent 1 over a exponent n. So the negative n means a is a fraction. So this is expressed as a fraction, where a is not 0 because 1 over 0 is also undefined. Similarly, 1 over a exponent negative n will be equal to a to the power of n. These are laws of exponents. You need to know this in order to be able to solve your exponents. Let us continue. Now, remember that in mathematics, 3 multiplied by 3 is equal to 9. If you were to express this in terms of exponents, you'll be 3, and your n is the number of times your 3 appears. 1, 2. So your n is 2. This is also equal to 9. Now, if you have 5 multiplied by 5 multiplied by 5 multiplied by 5 4 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, then n is equal to 4. So this can be expressed as 5 to the power of 4. This will give you a very large number. X multiplied by x is x squared. 1, 2, n is equal to 2. So it's x 2 times. Okay. 3 to the power x in brackets raised to 0 is equal to 1. 2 negative 4 is equal to 1 over 2 positive exponent 4. And this is the same as 16 because 2 to the power 4 is 16. If you were to look at this 3 to the power of 1 multiplied by 3 to the power of 1. If you were to look at this, you will see that what happened here is that you had 1 and you had 1. You ended up with 2. So this means that the exponents were added. Okay, so this is also equal to 3 squared. And all of these are equal to 9. So these are your laws. The following will be your laws of exponents.
A to the power of n multiplied by a to the power of n is equal to a, you add the exponents. When you multiply, you will add the exponents. But when you have division, what will happen? You will subtract the exponent. Remember, the exponent that's on top will go first, and you subtract the exponents that's below. When you have a multiplied by b to the power of n, this is equal to a to the power of n multiplied by b to the power of n. And your fourth law says that a over b exponent n is equal to a exponent n over b exponent n. Lastly, you should know that a exponent m power of n, this one is the same as a m times n. You will multiply the exponents. You need to know these laws by heart in order to be able to write your tests. But as soon as you know them, the test becomes very easy. Now, let us go through. A to the power of m multiplied by a to the power of n. Since you have multiplied, you will add the exponents. A times b all to the power of n means that a raised to n multiplied by b raised to n. A to the power of m over a to the power of n equal to a m minus n. And so forth. So all you need to do is know this laws, and you'll be ready to solve your questions. Now let us do an example. This is a simplified example. Now let us go through these 4 examples for today. You have 2 to the exponent 3 and 2 to the exponent 4, x multiplied by x multiplied by x. You will recall that when the bases are the same, you will add the exponents. So the bases are the same, you will add the exponents. Here the bases are the same, so what do? We add the exponents. So you will have 3x plus 4x, and this will be equal to 2 raised to 7x. And you also know that this can be written as this, and you can find the value of 2 to the power 7, or you can leave it as that. Another example, example 2. So let's have that. Example 2, you see that you have 4, which is written as 2 times 2, x over 2 times x squared. So this 2 will cancel this one, and you'll be left with 2. Now remember, when the bases are the same and you're dividing, you will subtract the exponents. Here, the bases are the same and you're dividing, subtract the exponents. So you're left with 2. X, 2 minus 2. So this is the same as x to the power 0. Go back to the law. You will recall that any value raised to 0 is equal to 1. Keep this in mind. So this will be equal to 1. So it will be 2 times 1, which is 2. Simplifying example 3. You see you have 12 and you have 3. Now 12 is 4 times 3. Or it's 2 times 3 times 2. Or 2 times 6, depending on how you want to express it. Then you have the same basis, you can subtract the exponents. P, 2 minus 1, multiply. You have the same base, can subtract the exponents. T, 5 minus 3, all over 3. Now this 3 will cancel this one, and you'll be left with 4. 2 minus 1 is 1, 5 minus 3 is 2. You can also write this as, and you have simplified your exponents. For the last one, you will recall this law. This one. When you have 2 different values or expressions all raised to the power of n, then each expression is raised to that exponent. So here you will have 3 squared multiplied by x squared. 3 squared is 9, x squared. And there you have it. We will do more examples on the next video.